Yeah, basically we're going to pull the enemies from the first area up into spawn, so that they'll be out of the range of the totem buffs.
All the way to the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the way to where we spawn, yeah.
Tell me what to do, master.
So for those who haven't played it, the beast this is the weave of the beast, and essentially these little totems down here dramatically increase their HP. So trying to kill around them is very dangerous. So we're just pulling everything away from it, so we don't have to go kill it. And you can tell they have it on because there's this little particle effect.
All right, back up.
So we'll just make space for the Ironbreaker to start flamethrowing. As soon as he gets ult, we'll pop ult, and then they're done.
It's not stun locking very well.
It's not about stun locking so much as it's getting your ult up really fast.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that works well.
Again, the elf proves herself an efficient tool for slaughter. Sigma provides.
Oh!
You want to keep top path? You want to drop?
Oh, let's drop. We can go below.
Yeah,
Unless
where
there's
do you want to hold?
there.
Corner?
There's an assassin
Corner
up.
up, corner up.
Come down. Come into the square area. Okay.
Assassin's dead.
Flamethrower time? Woo! That's a lot of bad guys.
They're dead, Jim.
Try not to be
Okay, this
So this-
area.
go ahead.
This area coming up is a big Beastmen burst. So what we're gonna do is in this entrance area up ahead, we need to go out and to the left as fast as we can.
Where's the totem?
So that's.
Above
I
us,
see him.
if you can shoot with
It's
it.
behind us.
Yep.
I got it.
Keep coming forward, keep coming forward.
Yeah, get
I'll
out.
hang bang you out, keep going, and keep to the left and get to the left wall up here. Many
Oh,
chargers.
I charged already.
Okay.
Okay, start killing.
Flamethrower.
Good.
Out.
We do have archers. Enemy archers up.
On it.
Ooh, a little too much.
Took a lot of
Nicely
damage that
done.
way.
Slay every last one.
Are you on heal on stagger?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next word, we'll just like let it live for a little bit, and you'll take care of.
The problem is a lot of it's talking about staggering.
The heal on stagger with shield charge 1 is very strong.
so many of them.
Yeah, but their power is higher than counter, right? So I'm not gonna stagger them easy.
It'll still give you tons.
Gas. Thankfully that's not invisible anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
Not the ideal bug. Oh, okay. I'm cut off. Not a surface. I'm ulting.
Cool.
A bit from front.
FK is so beastly. Look at that foot knight.
Yeah, it's crazy. His attack speed right now is bonkers. Mastigore charging from above, I think. I just heard him.
So our meta build right now has centered around 3 of these 4. Like the FK has been the flex, sometimes it's unchained. So the synergy between Ironbreaker and Shade is insane. Because obviously Ironbreaker's got that huge AoE long-term taunt. And then Shade has backstab with instant kill. Oh, we better pay attention here.
Yeah, we don't want to get stuck here.
Do you guys want to push forward a little bit, or are we too tight?
Oh,
Push as hard as you can. Push it forward as hard as you can.
that is insane!
FK just doesn't die. Like, that's just not a thing he understands.
charge of barrel shape.
So as you go higher and higher in the weaves, you go from Cataclysm difficulty, to what's called Cata 2 to Cata 3, and we assume it'll keep scaling. So basically anything that can scale does scale with a few exceptions. Friendly fire scales, the enemy's HP scales, their damage scales. We have a couple archers in the back, assassin forward by the way.
They're all aggroed on me.
Their stagger resistance scales, like, it just gets tougher and tougher. So, Witch Hunter Captain has an insta-kill if he headshot crits. And Shade has an insta-kill if he backstabs. So between the two of them, you end up having damage that scales really, really good. Ironbreaker is so tanky. And he's got that really, really high utility ult. And with the changes to the way the career works, it's up pretty often.
Also, we
So
can
that's
just
kind
get
of
to
the
the
glue.
end now.
Yeah, we can just push. We killed more than we need to. Do you go left here or right?
Let's go right.
Okay.
I almost forgot.
Yeah, right looks a
some
lot
items real
more
quick.
open right now.
Yes.
Yep.
So this looks a lot like Engines of War, but there's like key differences. There's other paths that aren't normally in the game. So there's this little alley over here that's not here normally.
Oh, what's on my ult again?
Yep, we can just go. We're done.
Yeah, we're going just a little bit. I don't have that much
An
mobility
assassin?
right now. Oh, I just got booted by something. What the hell was
Perfect.
that?
Couldn't have asked for more.
Yeah, that helped me. By the way, actually. Oh, okay, hello, Buster.
You got pushed probably by the totem dude, but could have been the charger.
Yeah, it's probably totem. Jesus.
This charge is brutal.
The bridge is open. Just keep backing up. You're on track.
This was made by those who are dead. And the dead keep it. Oh, that was pretty intense. And we're not done. So what's this finale?
I believe it's Survivor Waves. Once I see the start, I'll probably be able to.
Yeah, once we see which area it's in.
But all the finales pretty much feel like a miniature Last Stand.
Yeah.
So the first half of the weave is mobile. You have to make progress to get things done. And the finales are always pretty static. So you gotta survive and kill fast enough to get stuff done.
That ultimate cooldown is super nice.
Yes. So I think you can say the philosophy of the patch, like there's a lot of power creep in the careers. And that's okay, because there's also power creep, or difficulty creep, right? But I think what they're really trying to do is make it so the careers had unique, kind of interesting playstyles, and preferably more than one of them. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
They're moving further and further away from V1, where the only thing different between two characters is the weapon they're using. And I think it's very refreshing. It gives a lot more replayability.
Kill them all!
Please.
Sigma
Yeah,
will
this-
recognize his own.
This should look familiar to you, by the way. This is pretty close to a...
It's Castle Dragon Pearls, basically.
Exactly. Yes. How much would you want? I'd love to play that map again.
You know, I want that. I want to play Castle Dragon Pearls again so bad on
I loved that map.
that and Asgaraz were by far the best DLCs they did.
Yes, they were both amazing. Just the feel of the dwarf map in that. So making full expansions is very expensive to do, right? And just in terms of resources, if not even money. But this, since they're reskinning and making significant changes to maps that are already done, it's much, much easier. So hopefully this means that since the weaves are easy to do, we're not going to have this content drought. We're going to have a lot more stuff coming more often. So far there are 16 weaves that are pretty unique. 16 weaves for the 8 Winds of Magic. And they just keep scaling in terms of difficulty. And I wouldn't be surprised if, one, by the time this releases, there are yet more. And two, if having more of these come out on a routine basis is kind of just a normal content drop in the future.
Yeah, it is one of those kind of game modes that I feel like you can just build on so easily. There's just a ton of content you could do with something like this. Alright, what do you... I guess this patrolling thing is working out pretty well.
Yeah.
Just back and forth. I'm so used to V1 shield bash where you just keep doing it over and over and over again. I don't like that they have the secondary axe attacks. It kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, it's push into charge, push into charge.
Yeah.
Excuse me, miss. It's another assassin. I got the head coming. You're good, you're good, you're good.
Thank you.
He's dead. Ah, so many free backstabs.
Flamethrower. I don't think that does much to Storm, does it?
The damage is not bad, and the stagger, if you get them to start staggering, so one of the mechanics in this game is if something is staggered, its stagger resistance is decreased. So once you get them staggered, it's much easier to keep them chain staggered.
We've got 3 minutes. We're close, right?
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna make it.
Monks.
I said a Groubadir.
Gotta keep that complete confidence.
So we got a Storm Fiend coming as a final boss, right?
I believe so.
It's either Stormfiend or Rat Ogre.
Woo! Don't scare me like that.
Dodge dancing and rat ogres is still a thing, right? I heard some people
Yes.
complaining that wasn't a thing.
No, it's definitely a thing. The way the changes were made to dodge, it's like dodging against ordinary trash enemies is harder. Dodging against big telegraphed attacks, like boss attacks, and the big overhead cleaves that one-hit you is about as easy. So I think the problem's been somewhat overstated. Like, the real crazy difficulty part is how much more difficult it is to stagger things now.
Storm Fiend, what's up?
Yep.
Oh, I'm blowing up! I didn't... I forgot. So the overheat, there's a trait that he gets now at level 10, I think, where you can dramatically increase the power on your flamethrower. Oh my god, you guys melted that off so quick. That was ridiculous. You, massively get... You got higher power, but the heat gets built way quicker. And you blow up and overheat way faster. I was not paying attention.
I think we forgot to go upstairs and break this other...
Yeah. I didn't think it was necessary.
Alright.
Weave 27
Nice.
down. Yeah, that's not something I think you're gonna ever win unless you're with a full squad of people who really know what they're doing. Like,
Yeah, the weaves, I think, are designed with the intent that people will come together and work on their comms and work on their team play.
you're not
so
beating that without communication, for sure.
This and... Now, of course, people are going to surprise you, right? People are going to get really good at playing this, and meta is going to evolve, and people who just do this often, right? This is the game they play often, are just going to learn that you do X at Weave 27 at time Y, and if you don't know that, you're a noob, right? And then it'll become somewhat possible, but I think it's designed with the idea of testing people who want to work as a team. But there'll still be huge amounts to do for people who really love this game and wanted something a little bit more of a challenge in Kata for quick play experience. And there'll still be a huge amount to do for those who are just looking for new content, who aren't looking to push the hardest possible thing they can to just because Beastmen are so freaking cool.
Yeah. So what do you think of the Athanor right now? Like in terms of how it measures up to the normal leveling up your character in Cataclysm and Legend and that kind of stuff. Like, do you feel like it offers something new and interesting?
I love it.
To the table?
What do you guys think?
I think it's great. I think it's the best part of Leaves.
Yeah.
Because there is no RNG. There's nothing you need to re-roll or open or anything. You just choose the weapon you want and you start
There's no
leveling
scanner
up.
box.
Yeah.
And the properties you want. Yeah. The fact that you can just build it from scratch and not have to worry about dropping stuff you want is pretty nice.
Or if you go to the next weave, and the next weave you're going to do... Which is the one that you increasingly have less max HP, but you have more attack speed?
Light, I think, right?
That is light, yes.
Yes.
So
with light,
the
you want
beacons.
curse resistance, right? Curse resistance makes it so that every stack you have of that gives you... that decreases your max health less, right? But you don't really need curse resistance on Beast, for example. It just doesn't really do much. Normally that means you would have to get enough shards to roll 2 different equipments and change back and forth. And now it's just like a couple clicks. I would love to see... Honestly, I'd love to see this style progression
Carried over
integrated
to
with the whole game.
Yeah.
But they're trying to solve...
do that, though,
Go ahead.
People want to open boxes, so...
They're trying to solve some really hard problems right now, like design problems that I feel like no PvE game has fully solved, which is, at least for this style, what do you do to keep people wanting to come back, like giving them a new experience in a way that's actually economical, right? So there's like 2 types of games that keep people coming back that I can think of, for the most part, in large numbers. There's content resets and games that are really progression heavy. D2 is the classic. Some MMOs with new content plus content regrind, right? It's not like a full economy reset for WoW, but it basically is, right? Because your level 60 gear doesn't matter and the new max is level 70 at all, right? And PoE is probably the king of this. So that's like one style of getting people to come back. And they do that and pair it with a new twist on the game, right? So there's a balance update, there's a couple new skills, a couple new items, and there's the new league structure that makes the game slightly different to play. Okay, that's one model. And the other model is things like League of Legends, where what they keep you coming back is just basically, do you want to get good or not? Plus new hero, plus shift the meta balance patches. So those are like the 2 that I can think of, the 2 models for keeping people coming back. And none of those fit really great for Vermintide. So I feel like what they're trying to do is solve that design problem of how do you do seasons for Vermintide, right? How do you do that infinite scaling difficulty that keeps people saying, I'm pretty good, but I wish I could be a little better. How do I go from a silver 3 player to a silver 1 player like you would in League? I think it's awesome, and it's really awesome to see that Fetchark is so committed to solving this problem. They're very committed to the game.